Bringing clubbing closer.
Alright, welcome to iShop TV, and sitting next to me is the marvellous Jody from Way Out West. How's it going?
Yeah, I feel marvellous.
Now, you've been making music since about 15, the age 15. What inspired you to make music at such an early age?
I think it was watching Blade Runner and hearing the soundtrack basically just blew me away. It was, the Vangelis music to that film was just kind of so out there, futuristic, scientific, atmospheric, all that put together, and I thought that's what I want to portray in dance music.
How did the explosion of the house scene in the early 1990s, how did that affect you musically and artistically?
It was quite amazing, really. It was a revolution, really, wasn't it, if you think about it. I just have memories of getting in convoys, driving around Oxford, looking for free parties, getting to these mad places, like queuing up for like 10 hours to get on the decks, whatever. Totally, so many times. I think we're the blessed generation to have lived through this. The 60s were probably good, all the hippie stuff, whatever, great. But the acid house explosion.
Why do you think it took off in England and it didn't take off in the US? Because they had all the Detroit stuff going on.
Because it was black and gay, obviously, and it's a real sad thing to say, but that's why, because it was always the underdog in America, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? That's what, the Americans, even now they still think of house music as gay music. In a lot of places, the general white mass of America, like the general public, is still very underground there, but in England it was just embraced, and, you had all the lager louts turning into E-heads and whatever, and it was, and the whole kind of northern thing as well, like Stone Roses, and that was all kind of mixed up with the dance scene as well.
How do you think the UK music explosion affected the rest of the dance scene worldwide?
I think a lot of people followed, and still are following, what happened in the UK. It kind of set a precedence to, a standard, a very, very high standard of a lot of the best, producers and stuff. The English, simply because the weather's so shit, there's nothing else to do.
That is a good point.
It's not like you're out there in the Rocky Mountains ripping it up, is it, really? But yeah, great.
You like playing a lot in the US, don't you?
Yeah.
Why?
So I get a lot of work there. And English clubs are going through a bit of a lull at the moment. It's starting to pick up a bit.
Right.
This year I've had some really good ones, but last year England for me was terrible.
Why do you think it was? Do you think it was because it had such a boom a few years ago, and everyone had a Renaissance CD in their car driving down?
I'm going to be really controversial now. I think certain DJs have basically poisoned the youth. I'm not going to mention any names like Judge Jules or Fergie or anyone like that.
No, I wouldn't.
Do you know what I mean? Saturday night Radio 1, that's all they know, that's all they want to hear when they go out. They want to have 145 BPM. Something pretty funny happened last year actually when I was in Kuala Lumpur. I basically fell down a manhole on the way to the gig, and I've got a scar to prove it. Right, it's gone down a bit there. That was my Kuala Lumpur, because it was fucking huge. For about 3 months it's a massive egg. I had to go to the hospital on the way to the gig. They had to bandage it up, injections, the whole shebang. It was nasty.
Nasty stuff.
It really, really hurt.
All right, thanks very much for coming on, Jody.
Thanks for talking to me.